Hello YouTube, my name is Jack, and in this episode I'm going to be crossing the Atlantic Ocean with my family. The crossing is roughly 18 days, more or less. We might get there quicker. In my last video, we topped the boat off on fuel, got our last groceries, and are now ready to set sail. We're departing from the Canary Islands to the Caribbean. It's going to take 2,900 miles, and we don't know exactly where in the Caribbean we're going to land. So this is it, day one of the Atlantic crossing. Yay! Have y'all noticed my hair is growing back? It is coming in and it is looking nice. Have you also noticed that we are, in fact, sailing? Before embarking on this 18-ish day trip, we made sure all of our primary systems on our vessel are up to date and working. It's critical that everything be in good shape and able to function before starting a crossing, or else things break, which I'm assuming is gonna happen anyways. Day one consisted of a lot of sail work and just getting used to passage. When we start a long passage after having not been moving for a while, it takes a few days to get our sea legs. Later in the day, me, Finn, and Luke decided to hang out on deck because this is the calmest day of the whole passage. It's a good day today! Don't worry, we're very cautious as to not fall overboard. Finn is my brother and we've been living on a boat for the past 8 years. Luke is new to passage, so we've been making sure he doesn't do anything stupid. Oh, that is so bright. But guess who I'm here with? I'm here with Luke Duke, and I'm teaching him. What are we looking for, Luke?
We are looking, well, we're on night watch right now, and we're looking for wind, weather, and other boats.
That's exactly right. This is so familiar, because this is the exact same thing I was filming when Glory was here.
I know, when I was watching the YouTube video with Glory, I was like trying to pick up on things.
Yeah.
It's hard to learn until you're like actually doing it, and your life's on the line.
Exactly. You have responsibility of all our lives right now, Luke.
Exactly. And I've learned there's things that you just can't control, like shipping containers and like...
If you ever see shipping containers. Anyways, this light's bright, so yeah. Starting day two, waking up, I found it very, very rocky. Like I said, it takes me a few days to get my sea legs. I'm falling over, trying to regain my balance because the sea state has gotten far worse than it was yesterday. In turn, it makes me a little green. I still get seasick after all this time, but I was okay. I picked up some lemonade before we started passage because, you know, we're in the middle of the ocean. There's not a Walmart or a grocery store where you can go buy whatever you want. You got to make these things last and savor it. This lemonade was actually really good.
Africa, trying to get over to the Canaries and got lost. It's out here somewhere. Got a bunch of people on it. A little wooden boat. No, we wouldn't stop. We would just report that back into the authorities.
There's some refugee boat out here, he said. Some wooden refugee boat filled with people. We've never really heard of something like that before, so we sat out for about an hour looking for them, but you know, we didn't manage to see anything. It was just water as far as the eye could see, but you'll never guess what happened next. Ah! Oh shoot! They're right there! Yo! Whoa! Oh! Yo! Wow! Oh shoot! Wow! Holy moly! There's so many! What? Oh shoot! I want to get, oh my gosh, it's beautiful! Woo!
That was sick! There were so many of them!
What a treat it was to see those dolphins. We're gonna take that as a good omen for the rest of the passage to come. We had some lunch/dinner, and then after that we booted up some PlayStation. Now video games are a great way to pass the time on passage. Granted, it's not traditional boat life. We're guys. We like video games. We also like working out, but not particularly on passage. Me and Luke had an agreement to where we're gonna do 100 push-ups, 150 squats, and 200 sit-ups every day to keep us active, keep us busy, because you start to feel lazy on passage.
I'm done. Daily challenge complete. Day 2 done. 16 more to go. Dude, that's so hard.
It is.
Doing the push-ups with the swells, you'll be going up and then you get like compressed and you're like,
And then there's
so
some
hard.
where it's so easy, where you just float and you can do it.
It's so hard.
Good job, man.
Dude, the thing is though, is that we don't shower after we sweat.
I don't even sweat.
Really, dude?
I don't sweat about it.
Well, I'm doing all of mine at once.
Yeah, I break mine up throughout the day.
I'm doing like a HIIT workout for mine.
Yeah. To wrap the day off, we watched the one and only Pirates of the Caribbean because that's exactly where we're going. And then it was time for night shift yet again. I really like my night shift. It gives me time to myself and time to think. A lot of people think night shift is hard, but it really isn't. It's very straightforward. Luke joined me on this night shift, and he's gonna keep joining me until I feel he's competent to do his own. And I also busted out some of my workout for today because my shift runs from 3 to 6 a.m. and p.m. So I get the early bird shift. Day 3 started off way better. I felt really good coming into day 3. The sea was a little better. We were still sailing, which was excellent. You know, everybody was doing their own thing until tragedy struck. I never found a name for him. Poor guy. That's too bad. I'm really disappointed about that.
Yeah, I saw your plant. What happened to it?
He died.
Overnight?
I guess so, yeah. Okay, I put him back together a little bit. I don't know if you can actually do that and a plant will come back to life, but I did it, so we're gonna see what happens. I feel so bad because I never even got a name for him. Luke, let's take this fuel. We're gonna put it in the port side. So before we take it up, we need to get in here because there is a hose, a clear hose. So open that up.
Not there, Jack. They're over there now.
Oh, you moved them.
Yeah.
So this hose. Ah, hey there.
Siphon.
Sure. Let's take these cans over there. Let's put it right behind that one.
That's so cool.
It's really not special, but so here's the fun part. I know you like that, Luke. I know you like it.
I think I'm gonna have to cut it down without the sound effects.
How much diesel do you burn?
I don't know, but the reason we're filling it up is because back when we started, we had the engines running a little bit, and these are taking up space. It's not suggestive, I promise. You hear that?
What?
Thought I heard something. That'll be it. So in case you guys didn't understand what this is, it has a ball in it, and how it works is when you push in, fuel comes up. When you pull back, because there's a little ball in there, the fuel stays in, so you keep going and fills all the way till it pulls out from the bottom here, and it's a siphon. That's what it is, it's a siphon. Job done. After that, me and Luke decided to do our workout on deck. It was really nice. You can see Kate in the back decided to join in. I hate working out. I don't like it at all. I've never liked working out. But right after that, my mother had made some chicken fajitas, which were mighty fine, let me tell you. There's a little girl that lies on her own. She's got a broken heart. While we were finishing dinner, we sat around the table and talked amongst each other, which is a common occurrence living on a boat. These days really feel like they're flying by because right after dinner, my night shift was creeping up on me. So I figured it was time to brush my teeth and hit the sack. To my surprise, after being woken up, I found that Finn had taken nearly an hour and a half off of my shift. Thanks, Finn. This shift went really smoothly because there was no sail work that needed to be done. The wind stayed in the 16 to 20 range. You can see it here. Might be a little hard, and we averaged about 6 to 8 knots, which is really good. You can see I'm digging it. Day 4 basically built off of day 3 in terms of me feeling good and finally having my sea legs. It took a minute. Also, for those curious as to how our Wi-Fi works, we use this satellite Starlink. It works, but it costs money to use it in the middle of the ocean, so we only use it for about an hour a day. Also decided to check out the lines on the fishing rods.
Breakfast potatoes and eggs and onions. Potatoes and onions and toast and eggs.
Excellent.
Excellent.
It ain't every day you're spoiled to a great breakfast such as this. Thanks, Mom. So guys, my name is Luke Bosworth and I'm back out on Zatara. so here's what's been going on since I haven't been here.
So since last summer, I went back to school. They don't want, all right, you gotta follow me on mine. Follow me at Luke Bosworth on YouTube.
The wind had changed direction a little bit to where the sail we're currently using isn't as great as one we have. So all we did is take this sail down and put the other one up. We figured that piling it on this trampoline here on deck would be the best thing to do in case we have to get it out or use it again. Oh my gosh. Here's a different sail. This is called the asymmetrical, and it's more of a downwind sail. The sail we had out is great, but it's not as efficient as the one we're putting up. So, more speed. So for any sail that you put up, there's three main connections. There's the head of the sail, the tack of the sail, and the clew of the sail. And all three of these connections have to be met in order for a sail to fly. Now, in my last video, we established halyards pull things. These are sheets. They technically do pull things, but they pull it at a different angle. They don't pull it up as much as they pull it to the side. Halyards lift things. Sheets keep things tight. See how it's going that way already?
Your foot in that line. Jack your foot. Yeah.
Make sure this one's straight.
You ready?
Yeah.
Golly. Yeah.
Look, pull that slack on that line over there. All right, Kate. That's good there. That's good.
Pull it, Kate. Tighten it.
Pull it, Kate.
So put a wrap on it. Put a wrap on it. Ooh.
Dude,
What?
you almost got taken.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, your foot was in that line.
I know, I had to let go, else I would have fallen.
I think we're good.
You got to do any damage in the sail?
No, but that's how those sails blow out, is when they're loose and then they tighten real quick.
Yeah. It's super violent.
Yeah.
Looking at it from here.
Yeah. That's why you gotta be quick. She looks good though. Usually putting up sails isn't that big of a deal, but it can be sometimes if you're not on the dot. Figured it was time to take a shower because I hadn't taken one in like 5 days, I think. We're not gonna talk about it. But things get greasy and sticky if you don't keep up to date on your hygiene, so yeah. Much better. I've been trying to write down every day on passage, either in my journal book or this book. This book is more of a compilation of my thoughts and morals, basically just writing out why I believe what I believe. I've always enjoyed the idea of writing, and I do enjoy writing. Not only that, I always feel like my handwriting looks like a child's handwriting, so I want to have good handwriting. That's just a standard I've set for myself. Wind is blowing really well right now, probably around 20 knots. We are averaging a speed of maybe 8 to 10 knots, I want to say. We hit a max speed of 14, which is crazy. Why do we all have cameras out? Then we had a little bit of tomfoolery on deck, because why not?
What the heck? That was way hot.
Luke is no longer with me on night shift. We have given him his own shift from 2 to 4. Bye-bye, Luke. Running and gunning into day 5, there were these 2 flying fish on deck. They landed in the middle of the night. I probably shouldn't have thrown them off. You'll see why later. Me and my older sister had this inside joke about the sunny square of death. It's the sun that beams in through the hatch and it creates this square that burns your face in the morning. I had me some yogurt with some granola. It gives me the farts.
And you don't seem to understand.
And we listened to whatever that was. On Passage, we're always talking amongst ourselves, talking about ideas, thoughts, feelings, morals, trying to depict one another, really. Then it was time to edit. This is great because I've got nothing else to do on Passage except edit video, film and edit. That's all I'm doing. Yep.
Luke said it's either his last big adventure or his first big adventure.
I'll be happy if we can make it through the next 3 days without blowing that sail out.
I was thinking that
20, 21, I mean, we got up to 23 earlier, and it was fine. But if it gets to 23, is it gonna go to 25 or 26? I mean, that's the problem. We can go all the way across the ocean with the Code Zero, but this one is so much faster.
This is about the end of our family 8 years
Childhood.
circumnavigation.
This is the end of your childhood.
Sure.
You know, how you were saying earlier about how you want your kids to have the life you grew up with?
Yeah.
How would my kids replicate, how would my kids one up the life they grew up with?
Dude, I don't know.
I think about that all the time.
Millennium Falcon. I got 2 words. Millennium Falcon. 2 words, Millennium Falcon.
Let's build it.
Having all these talks that we have, it gives me a lot of ideas and conflicting thoughts. And I need a way to flesh out these ideas and figure out for myself what I like and what I don't like. That's why I write. Come night shift, this is the radar I use to monitor basically everything that's going on. Yeah, I was not having it. I was tired, I was sleepy, I didn't want to be up, the flash was bright, but there was something that happened. There was this little sailboat called Sailboat, play on words there. And this was a 14-meter sailboat. They started a day before us on Passage and we caught up to them. Left them in the dust from then on out. Day 6, I wake up and by this point I fully got my sea legs. I'm feeling good, nothing can make me sick now. On Passage, we normally don't have our side hatches open. I was that close to getting my whole room drenched in water. So that was exciting. Moving on, we got these fuel cans out. Now we didn't actually end up using the fuel cans. The only reason we got them out were for video purposes. I don't exactly know why. I'm losing my mind. As you can tell, we're slowly starting to lose our sanity. Almost a week on Passage and we're almost starting to lose it. Pizza was good though. Thanks, Mom.
welcome.
This Passage is starting to get long. The first few days went by pretty quick, but now it is really getting progressively longer and longer and I can feel it. I think everybody else can feel it as well. Figured it was time to finish the workout for the day. God help me. Finally, that took so long. This sucks. It's not fun. I don't know why we agreed to do this. It was a terrible decision. Well, we're rocking on day 6. Smooth sailing, still going really fast. The wind is still high and constant, which is excellent. I like it. But I am tired. I'm exhausted. The last thing I want to be doing right now is working out, which I just finished. I reckon I was so excited to get out on Passage and get going. And we had Luke out here, which is exciting, that I kinda got ahead of myself. I get my hopes too high. I still wouldn't rather be anywhere else. I just kind of forgot the routine of Passage, how it gets to be a routine day to day. There are no boats around us whatsoever. There's a few clouds, just us and the open ocean, which is, I like it. I like the open ocean. We got some more fish friends too. We're gonna be keeping these fish on the trampoline to see how many we get throughout the whole Passage. You guys remember I put the leaves back in my plant to see if it would save him? I think it's safe to say it did not save him at all, and now he looks like a Jamaican. I didn't have the microphone on my camera because I wanted to take some photos, but basically what's going on is that Finn is giving me a really hard time because I don't know how to maintain a plant, and Luke grabbed one of the leaves and threw it, didn't manage to get it in the water. What ended up happening is I took all the leaves off, I decided to call it case closed.
Oh, yo, look at this one, brother. That is a big one. That's my hand.
And we saw this little bird guy flying around. These birds spend most of their life at sea, so we'll take it as a good omen for the days to come. Oh, the stories I'm gonna be able to tell my children. I look forward to that day. I really do. It's food time. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten anything in a while, so I'm gonna make me some brats. Also, I'd like to make a side note. I'm sorry about the rocking, how the camera goes back and forth and all over the place, but I live on a boat. We need one more thing. My night shift. The wind is blowing a little less than it was. It's averaging like 16 to 20 now instead of low 20s, like 20 to 23. So it's a lot less aggressive. Yeah, that's about it. Yep, that's about it. Day 6, 7, day 7. Day 7. That's what it is. Ah, you got a smudge. It's still there. I just made it worse. Why? Why am I like this? It's continuously getting worse. Right out here. Good morning. Morning. Wow. That's a lot of fish. 10 fish. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Reading how to become a sailor.
I'm not sure if any of you know the game Skate 3, but that's like something we've been playing all the time on Passage. What the heck is this? Finn played whatever that was, but check out this red sand dust from the Sahara on our windscreen.
Yo! Dude,
that's like thick. Ah!
It's not even sand.
Dude, wow.
We basically called it a day after that. We watched the sunset and then just talked amongst ourselves and hung out. Come night shift, there was this boat headed straight for us. This was a 200-meter long tanker ship. That is huge. But you can see right here, we have passed his heading, so there's no way we could collide with him. He's going behind us. So yeah.
So about 8 more days, we're going to be kiting in Union Island, the Grenadines, maybe 8 days. So today's Wednesday, so maybe next Wednesday, Thursday, we will be there. Drop the hook, break out the kites, freshen up, and then we'll start working our way to the Bahamas, man.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
He's been asleep way too long. Wake up. Bad boy, sleep in too long.
Wake up!
So basically, I just sorted through my whole cabinet right here because I got into it and I figured I got nothing else to do. I'm gonna sort out all this stuff, and I have a lot of junk. It mostly consists of these really old Magic the Gathering cards that I no longer use, so I think I'm gonna get rid of them. So this is like the culmination of my work in this card game. It's just one huge binder. I was kind of a Pokemon kid back in the day, I do admit. But if you think about it, these two things right here are worth probably, I want to ballpark at $400. It's not terrible until you realize I spent well over that trying to accumulate all of it. Boom, gone. It's all roughly organized. It's still kind of crammed. Most of it's just junk that I don't want to get rid of, like the skate trucks, grip tape. That's a good project out of the way today. That needed to get done anyways. I had a bunch of crap in there that I was dreading getting rid of because it was full. And it's still kind of full, but it's a lot less full. All our fruit is starting to go bad. So this orange is really mushy and I can tell it's wanting to grow some mold on it, so I'm gonna cut it up and eat it. Terrible idea. Woo! Okay. You guys like it when I flex? Actually, this is a good segue into the next segment. How do I stay fit on a boat? Well, besides the workout we're doing on passage, which I have said many times sucks, still does suck, I don't work out often. It's really my lifestyle that keeps me in shape. Just the activities I do and my diet as well. It's usually carbs and fruit is the main, so it constitutes my diet. But I skateboard, I kiteboard, I go running, I climb, I do everything board sport related, basically. And I just like doing stuff. I swim, so it only makes sense that I'm a lean, mean, fighting machine. Also, for those of you wondering what I'm wearing on my head, I'm pretty sure it's called the keffiyeh, and we got it in Israel. It's like, I don't know, it comes from the Middle East. I'm pretty sure is where it originated from. And it's not limited to Israel or like Saudi Arabia or any of those countries. It's just a article of clothing. Like, it's just an article of clothing that they wear down there. And I kind of like it. It works for a lot of things. And in this situation, it's working to keep the sweat out of my brow. Kind of doing a bad job at it. That's all I gotta say. My camera's about to die. This time I wrote about old sailors. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not weird like that. I just think people who've gone through life and have the stories to tell are really interesting people. What? Right after that, there was dinner. Once again, made by my mother. My mother likes cooking, okay? I'm not a mooch. All right, it's later in the day, still sailing, just got done playing some video games. We're having these epic Call of Duty battles now. That is how bored we are. Oh, the wind is blowing really good. It's 18 knots right now. We're cruising at 9. We're going. We have 1,480 nautical miles left. So we're basically at the halfway point. 1450 would be halfway, so we're like right there. So with that being said, I'm gonna end the video here because this is like the halfway point. Thank you guys for watching till the end of the video. This is one of the more creative videos I've done. I haven't ever done a video styled like this, but I like it. I think it's really interesting.
He's so dumb.
So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned for part 2 of the Atlantic crossing.